The school became an academy in April the 1st, 2012. Schools had a difficult history, and under the local authority, although a lot of effort was put in through the national strategies and through other roads, it was failing to make the kind of progress that many of us would have wanted to see for the school. After much discussion, we decided that the best way forward was as an academy. And can I say we moved forward with the full support of Thurrock local authority with that, and we are now part of the Gateway Learning Community Trust.
You make the point about the full support. It was important to say there was no war of words or conflict. It was a happy transition.
Absolutely opposite from a war of words. We spoke to the responsible person, Carmel Littleton, who has been extremely supportive. Also with Oliver Gerish, who has been extremely supportive about where we were going, and decided that for the young people of Tilbury, the Gateway Learning Community was the way on.
So why the learning community? Why couldn't you stand alone like other schools? Why be part of a learning community?
Well, two reasons. The school at that point of development was not strong enough to stand alone. Although it had a brand new leadership team that had come into the school, it needed to be part of a greater and more vibrant community to really get the most out of what we were doing with the school. Kevin Sadler approached us early in October of 2012 with Herringham about moving into this really strong, dynamic, working partnership which was going to be the learning community. As you're probably aware, Gateway is part of the Ormiston family of schools. Not a directly controlled Ormiston Academy like Ormiston Park, but it is part of that family. So we are an Ormiston Academy, but we are the Gateway Trust, the Gateway Learning Trust, and that is actually autonomous of the wider Ormiston family. But it gives us a large sponsor, it gives us a dynamic group of schools with a very, very large budget, and we can work together for the best of all the young people in Tilbury Chadwell.
So how do you disseminate information to parents, you know, when the school is transferred? How do they know and how do they understand what you are now?
Well, at first the parents were consulted about the move to academy, and the full community was consulted about the move to academy. We held open meeting here to talk about academy and what it would mean. When we became an academy, we rebranded our school. Now, I know branding sounds a terrible word when we're talking about schools, but we wanted to create a new, vibrant identity for the school. So we created a new badge. We consulted with the parents over name. There was some talk about changing name. The parents wanted to keep Lansdowne. We kept Lansdowne as the name, but we moved to the academy logoing, and gradually we have changed the way we work as a community. For example, we've now made uniform a compulsory expectation across the school, and 100% of our children wear uniform. And Michael, you've walked around the school and you've seen every child in our school looks smart, working and purposeful.
And yes, indeed, we've walked around. It's a fantastic atmosphere, a calm, on-task atmosphere. What about things now like SATs and achievement targets? Where are you with that, and where do you want to go?
We have set our targets as part of the learning community. The school has historically had lower end results. There are a lot of reasons for that, and they're moving. Now this year, although the headline results didn't move as much as we'd wanted, the pupil progress was incredible across the school, and we had huge progress, particularly with our youngest children and with our children at the end of Key Stage 1, our 7-year-olds. We've just had an independent review carried out by Ormiston, Gateway Learning Community for Ormiston, very, very positive, and in fact the first 3 lessons that the external advisors walked into, outstanding, outstanding, outstanding. So things are really moving forward in terms of very fast pupil progress and raising those standards across the board.
Tilbury has its own atmosphere, culture, environment, and a sense of community. Are you here in isolation, or are you out there with the community as well?
It's an incredible community. It's an undervalued and it's an underrated community, but the community spirit in Tilbury is one of the tightest and most cohesive I've come across anywhere. We work closely with the community. We'll be down singing with our choir at the lights coming on. We work with the community forum here. We host community forum meetings here. We host the Thurrock community meetings here. We throw our doors open for people who need our premises, and anyone from Tilbury who watches this, we do let our building. Phone us up and use our building. It's here for you.
And staff, is it a settled side, or is it, one of the things that Thurrock is committed to is trying to attract new teachers into the borough? Is that something? Is it a settled team or new staff coming in?
We have new staff coming in. We recently appointed 2 very experienced staff, one from Redbridge, one from Waltham Forest. We have a more experienced staff than we've ever had. At the moment we have just 1 vacancy in the school, which has just been advertised. We have stabilised the staff, and you're right, in the past it was an issue for Lansdowne, was the through flow of staff, but that is now stabilised and the school is moving forward.
And school looking forward to Christmas?
School is greatly looking forward to Christmas. And at Christmas we make no apologies. We do traditional carols and readings at the end, because we want children to really understand that caring spirit of Christmas.
Thank you very much.